All right, guys, we are gonna get started. Can you hear me if you're online?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Yes. All right, so I hope you guys are doing well as you can get in this cold weather. Uh, let's start with the homework. How many of you have done all homework? So let's start with the classroom students here. All homework done. One, two, three, four, five. Close? Yeah. Close, okay. How about online students? Have you guys done the homework?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Thanks. Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. So, because without doing homework, it's not going to happen. So, if you're a junior, anybody junior here? One, okay. Any juniors online?
Yep. I'm a junior. Yeah.
Why is Hey, Damon, why are you here? You're supposed to be in the advanced class.
This is the advanced class, is it not?
No, it's not.
You're kidding.
Well, I'm not.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, leave this one. Join Maddie's link. Then you'll watch my video, the one you just missed.
All right. Sounds good.
It's a beautiful day. Now I lost track of my thought here. Actually, it's good. I've not laughed the whole day. Hey, by the way, happy Valentine's Day. So whatever it means to you, but yeah. Okay. Let's get started. So I'm glad you guys are doing the homework. You guys worked on quadratics. We're gonna go back to page 1, 2, 3 of the math packet. Let's go. We're going to be doing a lot of work on that one, okay? Well, we did some parallelograms, we did some trapezoid. So we're gonna. So open page 2 of the math packet, and I want you to read page 2, the whole thing.
Sorry, what did you just say there? Can you repeat that?
Page 2 of the math packet, please. Could you review that? Especially at the bottom, it's called diagonal properties. That's extremely important and something people really don't appreciate much, okay? So those are very, very important. With that, we're gonna get started. There is a formula in the middle of page 2, d1 times d2 divided by 2. Do you see that one? Could you make a comment to that one? That formula can be applied to any quadrilateral. That formula can be applied for any quadrilateral. Very, very, very important equation, but really not well known. Okay. Let's get started here. First question. This is a kite. I want to talk a little bit about kite. Very unique quadrilateral, by the way. In a kite, the two small adjacent sides are congruent and two major sides are congruent. Okay? Very interesting. This is the larger diagonal. Okay? This is the larger diagonal, the long diagonal. This is the shorter diagonal. Very interesting. The long diagonal bisects the small diagonal at 90 degrees. So these pieces are equal. But the minor diagonal does not bisect the major one. So this piece and this piece are not equal. Sounds good? Same with this one. The angle gets bisected. Here the angles gets bisected for the major diagonal, but doesn't happen for the minor diagonal. So many things in kite. Sounds good? And remember, these two diagonals meet at 90 degrees. It's kind of semi-perpendicular bisector because one bisects, the other doesn't bisect. All right, here's a question for you guys, okay? All right, here's the information for you guys. This distance here is 5. This distance here is 13. This distance is 9. With this information, find the area of the kite A, B, C, D. Go. Take your time. Does anybody have an answer?
I do.
Yeah, please.
30.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 44.
You got 44, 30, 44. Keep it coming.
58 and a half.
58 and a half. All right, put your pencils down, listen to this. Okay, so the first thing what I'm going to do is to find this distance, okay? Because if I know this is 5, so this is 5. So one diagonal is 10 already. So how do I find this one? Using Pythagorean square root of hypotenuse squared minus 5 squared. Somebody tell me what you get. Everybody get your calculator, do this for me. Square root of 81 minus 25. Square root that one. Square root of 56 is
7.48.
7.48. So let's go with 7.5 because decimals don't mean much, okay? So this is 7.5. So we got that one. Now this is 5, this is 13. I want to find this distance. Of course, 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triplet. You don't have, of course you can do it, again the same thing, but if you know 5, 12, 13 is triplet, you can directly have the 12 value. So the area of the kite is D1, diagonal 1, that's 10, times diagonal 2, which is 12 plus 7.5 is 19.5 divided by 2. Tell me the answer.
$97.5.
97.5. Whatever is the units, it's square units. Area is always square. No questions. Yes,
Where did you get the 12 on the second?
because this is 5, this is 13. This is Pythagorean square root of 13 squared minus 5 squared. Of course, I wouldn't do that in the real test because I would know 5, 12, 13 is a triplet. Knowing triplets saves a lot of time in ACT as well as in SAT. Yeah, we had different answers from different people, so questions, comments, now is the time. No questions? Okay, let's move on. I'm asking some difficult questions, by the way, today. And this is one of the most difficult questions. Have fun. This is a rhombus. What's a rhombus? Rhombus has all equal sides, but the angles are not 90 degrees. So it's a kind of tilted square. Okay? So this is A, B, C, D. Okay. BD is 1.5 AC. So the diagonal BD is 1.5 times the AC diagonal. Okay? Diagonals are extremely important. Find AB if area of ABCD is 120 centimeters squared. This is in ACT. And if you want to know, it was a 60th question, last question. Have fun. This is a hard one, I'm going to be honest. This is a rhombus, okay?
What's AC equivalent to, or is that just?
Oh, I don't know that part. I can give a hint, that's where the fun is. If everybody's having difficulty, everyone is having difficulty, I can give a hint. But is anybody getting in the right direction? First hint, okay? First hint. You have to use this equation. Okay? Anybody? Any answers? Okay. All right, put your pencils down. Let's do it. This is a tough one. Okay. All right. So this is AC. This is BD, right? And the relation is BD is 1.5 times AC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this as X. Okay. So the BD would be 1.5x. Fair enough? And both are diagonals. So we know the formula A is equal to D1 times D2 divided by 2. So the first diagonal is X, the other one is 1.5x divided by 2, and the area is 120. Do you agree? Okay. Times 2 both sides to get rid of this 2, divided by 1.5, divided by 1.5. So somebody do this for me and tell me x times x is x squared is equal to what? What this comes out to?
200.
Huh?
200.
200? Okay, 200. So I'm going to square root that. X is equal to square root of 200. 100 times 2. Square root of 100 is 10. 10 square root 2. I'm going to stop here for a second so that you understand before we go to the next step. Do you agree to that? Remember, what does X stands for? The diagonal AC. Okay, that's what I just found. Good? I don't mind repeating, but you just have to ask.
Where did you get the 200 from?
From here, 2 times 120 divided by 1.5, 240 divided by 1.5 is 200. And I believe it's right. 200 is right. Good? Okay. So what does X stands for? AC. Okay? So this is 10 square root 2. So this whole thing. So if AC is 10 square root 2, BD is 1.5 times of it, right? So BD is 1.5 times 10 square root 2 comes to 15 square root 2. Guys, good with this so far? 1.5 times 10 is 50, right? I don't want to go to the next step till if you don't understand this one or if you're having difficulty. That's why I'm taking time here. Good? It's not done yet. It's getting there. Okay. So, you just read page 2 in the diagonals properties. In rhombus, the diagonals bisect each other. So that means this is split into 2. This is split into 2. So this and this are same. So if this is 10 square root 2, the whole thing, this becomes 5 square root 2. Do you agree? This part. This part here. Okay? This is 15 square root 2, the whole thing. And this gets bisected. So this becomes 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 square root 2. Which is this part. Are you with me so far? And you read in page 2, diagonal properties, when diagonals of a rhombus bisect, they bisect at 90 degrees. So, now we have a triangle here, like this, which is at 90 degrees. Okay? So this is 5 square root 2. This is 7.5 square root 2. And this is my AB, which is what I'm looking for, which is my hypotenuse opposite of 90 degrees. You guys good with me? Okay. So Pythagorean is AB squared is equal to 5 square root 2 squared plus 7.5 square root 2 squared. I want everybody using calculators do this for me and tell me what you guys get here. Don't write anything, just do this part. Type in correctly, carefully. I'm using Pythagorean here. Yeah. What do you get here?
162.5.
Does anybody matching that? Okay, 162.5. All right. Now we square root that. So if we square root that, we get AB. Square root that and tell me the answer, please.
12.75.
12.75 centimeters. That's your answer. And the answer they gave was 13. Yeah. How was it? Math is fun, right?
It's really fun.
So you can see how many steps were there. First step, second step, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They were expecting students to do this in 2 to 3 minutes actually. Some people took 5 minutes, but yeah, right on. You should do this not only here right now, you should also go home and try this without looking at things and see if you can remember this. Questions?
So for like the 2 times 120 divided by 1.5,
Mhm.
I got 160 for some reason.
Me too. That's what I got too.
Well, that changes the whole problem, by the way. Well, the method doesn't change, the values change. Is it 160? Scott. Let's blame Scott for this. Okay. Well, thank you. Again, I expect you guys to stop me if there is something not sure. I know somebody asked actually, but yeah, you should be confident saying, hey, it's not 200, it's 160. Okay. So let's change the little numbers here, okay? So this becomes 160, okay? So this becomes now 40 times, 4 times, no, 16 times 10. So it becomes 4 square root 10, okay? So this is 4 square root 10. So this becomes 6 square root 10. That means this becomes 2 square root 10. And this becomes 3 square root 10. Right? Everything just basically is still the same. The Scott, next week you bring chocolates for everybody, okay? That's a punishment. And for all online students, you just have to mail them. Okay. So 2 square root 10 plus 3 square root 10 squared. So I can do the math quick here. 2 squared is 4, 4 times 40, plus 3, 9, 9, 10, 90. So it becomes AB square root of 130. What is square root of 130? Is it something 11 point something? Yeah, 11 point something, right?
11.4.
See, it's so funny they had given 30. Okay. Thank you for correction, and anybody in future, if there is something like this, tell us, okay? So that we don't waste time, okay? I know somebody did tell, and I apologize that I should have looked into that a little bit more. Actually, and next time we won't listen to Scott. Okay. Oh. Well, the procedure didn't change, so that's a good thing. So, all right. All right. Now we're gonna move to page 13 of the math packet. Of the math packet. Did Maddie or Lauren teach you guys mean, median, and mode? In the class here, did they do the mean, median, mode? So that's discussed already.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because now I'm gonna double check everything.
I can check.
And how about GCF and LCM? I don't think so, but I just,
I don't think we did the GCF, but we did the mean median.
okay. I don't remember that, but,
I'm not sure about that one either.
okay. Well, let's start with GCF and LCM and we'll do the mean, median, we just usually do only one problem. So next topic is GCF and LCM. Pretty sure you've heard these from the 4th grade onwards. Greatest common factor, least common multiple. So we're gonna directly get to the problem, okay? First one. 8x cubed y raised to 4 and 12xy squared. Find the GCF and the LCM. Go.
So is it like greatest common factor on one side and least?
No, both for both of them,
Okay.
like GCF and LCM for
Okay.
the set of numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with the greatest common factor. So always start with the numbers first. 8 and 12. 4 times 2, 4 times 3. So 4 is the greatest common factor. And for the variables, you're looking at the lowest exponent of the variable. 3, 1, so 1. Y raised to 4, y squared, y squared. Sounds good? Least common multiple. So common multiple. So we always pick the biggest number, 12 here. 12 doesn't go with 8. The next multiple is 24. 24 does go with 8. So it's 24. And for the variables, you're looking at the highest exponent. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Next problem. Same problem, 6abc squared and 9a cube b. Okay, find the GCF and LCM. All right, greatest common factor. What's common, guys? 3. 3 times 2, 3 times 3. And for the variables, you're looking at the lowest exponent. So we have an A, then we have a B, and you can see there is no C here. So the answer is going to be 3AB for the greatest common, because this doesn't have a C here. Least common multiple, 9 doesn't go with 6, 18 goes with 6, and you're looking at the highest exponent. Make sense? Cool? Okay. So if nothing is common for greatest common factor, at least one will be common. So it will never be a 0, it will be a 1, because 1 can be multiplied with any of those. So you can make a comment in your notes, the greatest common factor will be 1 if there is no commonality of the variables and the numbers. So GCF the lowest GCF is a 1, not a 0. Good? Okay, for this data set, find the mean, the median, the mode, and one more thing, range. Go. Mean, median, mode, range. 17, 63, 4, 17, 19, 51, 63, 30.
Then
Sorry?
what's the last number?
This one is 30.
Okay. Well, for mean, you have to add all the numbers. Tell me, add all the numbers, and tell me how much it comes to. And again, we need proof now that we'll have more than one person. What's the total, guys?
264.
264. Anybody matching? Okay. Online students matching 264 total?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I.
264 divided by how many we have? 8. So tell me the average. 33? Okay. For median, you have to arrange in ascending or descending order. So 4, 17, 17, 30.
Isn't there a 19 in there?
Oh, 19, 30, 51, 63, 63. So 4 plus 4, 8. Okay. So it's a middle value. So
So you're left with 19 and 30. So 19 plus 30 divided by 2, 49 divided by 2 is 24.5. Got it? That's the median value. Mode. Mode is the highest repeating, the one that repeats the most. So we have 17 and we have, I believe, 63. So we have two modes, 17 and 63. And for the range, it's the highest value minus the lowest value. 63 minus 4, 51. Oh, jeez, 59. Sounds good? Of course, sir. You will get this in the first 20 questions. This one will get in the, actually, can vary between 30 to 50 range questions, actually, but not for sure in the first 20. All right, if you guys want to go and start your cars, now is a good time. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes time, okay? Anybody wants to go, and make sure to lock your cars, of course, you know. I know it's cold out, so if you have a remote starter, that'll be cool, but Scott, is it cold out?
Yeah.
It's getting there, right? It's gonna be negative 28, just temperature tomorrow morning, just a temperature with wind chill, negative 40, 41, so. It's so cold, people hardly can move here. All right, good that you guys got your car started and hopefully it gets nice and warm when you guys head back. So, all right. So we have done page 1, 2, 3. We have done page 7, page 14, and we are currently on page 13. 13 is important. All right. Let's talk about average. Okay, it's on page 13, which we just did here, but it's going to be next level problems. Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this carefully. I'm not going to repeat the question. Okay, I'm going to say it only one time, then you solve the problem. All right. So if you want to make notes, fine, but I won't repeat it. Okay. All right. Ready? Okay. So we have a student in a classroom, and he has to take a total of 9 tests. Okay? He has to get a total of 9 tests. and he wants to get an A in the class, which is 90% or higher. Okay, that's his goal. 9 tests and get an A in the class, which is 90% and higher. So far, he has taken 6 tests. Okay? So far, he has taken 6 tests. And his average is 88.1%. How many tests he has taken so far? 6 tests. And what is his average? 88.1%. So here's the question for you guys. What is the average of the remaining 3 tests? So he at least gets a bare minimum A. Go. His job is to get an A. Take your time. Anybody has an answer? Yes.
93.8.
Anybody matching that? Okay, different answers? Yeah.
92.99.
So 92.99, 93.8. Anybody from online?
91.9.
91.9. All right, let's get started. Okay, so one thing with average, you cannot add average, you cannot average averages, you cannot multiply averages, okay? That's the rule to remember. So far, how many tests this person has taken? 6. And what's the average? 88.1. Average is equal to total points divided by total number of tests, right? 88.1 for the 6 tests. So multiply by 6 both sides. So how many points he has so far?
528.6.
How much?
528.6.
528.6. Okay, so far he has banged those points. Now he has to get to 9 tests, and the average is 90%. So points divided by 9. So times 9 times 9. So the total points he needs to get to is 810. And make sure these numbers are correct, by the way. All right? So someone double check that, okay? So this is what he has. This is what he needs to get to. So how many more points he should score? 810 minus 528.6. How much it is?
$281.4.
281.4 points. In how many tests? 3 tests, so divide by 3.
93.8.
93.8. Okay. Looks like nobody got that one. I heard, yeah, 93.8? Okay. All right. So, in the remaining 3 tests, he needs to average almost up 94% consistently to make sure that he gets to an A in the class. I remember my story in Texas A&M. My roommate, it was first semester of my engineering at Texas A&M, and my roommate had not done well in the first 3 tests. And there was the last test, 4 tests, so he went to the professor, which he did this calculation, and this is what he told him. Well, in the 4 tests, you have to score at least 102%, but there is only 100%, so you will not get an A. So you might as well not show up for the test. You'll still have a B. He didn't show up for the test, he got a B. But you'll be doing this in college a lot more than you can imagine. You walk into test, oh my God, how many points I need to get at least make that? This is what you do. And you do a lot of it in college, whether you like it or not.
Good to know.
Yeah. This is a reality, guys. This is someday, remember on Valentine's Day, Manoj told me this. So this happens. You always go into a test, okay, how many points do I need? And actually, couple of my in my college, a couple of my teachers, where I'm the college president, they actually have a column. They tell you how many points you need to get. It's like it's in the grade book, so that there's no discussion. And this is exactly how it works. So if this guy had to get 101%, he has no chance to get an A in the class. Stay warm. Take care of yourself. Do the homework. Have a good day. Bye-bye. See you guys.